What if Piccolo killed Dr. Gero? How would this impact Dragon Ball Z?
Don't blame me if I break you.
You'll regret your arrogance!
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Dragon Ball Z Discussion, where we do weekly discussion about Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball GT.
Today's discussion is, what if Piccolo killed Dr. Gero? How would this affect Dragon Ball Z? So when I sat down to write my script for discussion, I realized that there will be a lot of faults if Piccolo ended up killing Dr. Gero. So at the end of the discussion, I'd like for you guys to share with me what your thoughts. Inside the discussion, you'll see what I mean by when I said there'll be a lot of cons. So everybody, let's get right to the discussion. Alright, so once when Piccolo and Dr. Gero were fighting, Piccolo had the power to kill him, but due to some interference, he couldn't kill Dr. Gero. So this discussion is about what if he ended up killing Dr. Gero? How would this affect Dragon Ball Z? Let's start from right here. So once when Piccolo kills Dr. Gero, they would not see Android 17 or even 18 or even Android 16 because Dr. Gero is dead and no one could activate the android. And since the android is not activated, Vegeta would have felt that he's the most strongest one there because he took down Android 19 with ease, and now that Dr. Gero is dead, he will feel that he's the most strongest one. So now once when they kill Dr. Gero up, everyone's gonna go retreat and go right to Mount Pals where Goku's staying and sit there with Goku and wait until he recovers from his heart virus. Once they get there, just like inside the original timeline, Trunks would get the phone call from Bulma telling him that someone found his time capsule and that they want to know if they could keep it, and then he's gonna go with Gohan to investigate what is up with this time capsule. While that's happening, a certain creature inside Nikitan would have been there and started to devour everyone. Now, a lot of you guys think that Piccolo wouldn't fuse with Kami because he doesn't need to, the android's dead, but wrong. Once when Piccolo senses that Cell is there, a being as powerful as Cell, going around killing innocent lives, he would have no choice but to go and ask Kami for his help and to fuse with Kami. So either way, in both timelines, it is meant for Piccolo to fuse with Kami. Now once when Piccolo fused with Kami, he would have gone and seen Cell, just like in the original. He would have fought Cell, but before fighting Cell, he would have stayed there and tried to get as much information as he can from Cell to find out why he's here, what's his purpose, and who created him. And then once he gets all this information, Piccolo will do the finishing blow to kill Cell off. Inside the original timeline, Piccolo had the power to kill Cell. Cell decided to use Solar Flare and run away. But here, once when Piccolo confronts Cell, he will tell him that, hey, there's no Android 17 or 18 because no one activated them, and therefore, Cell will feel very lost and confused, saying, what the hell? The androids are deactivated inside this timeline too? What do I do now? While Cell's confused, that's when Piccolo could use his advantage to go and finish off Cell. And then once when Piccolo kills Cell off, he would have been known as a hero who stopped not just Dr. Gero, but even someone like Cell. And then once when Cell's dead, most likely the Z Warriors would have gone to Dr. Gero's laboratory to find out some information based on what Cell told him. And when Trunks goes there with them, he will find the blueprints that he needs to stop the android inside his timeline. And that once when they get the blueprints, they will go and destroy the laboratory. And all of them will have gone back to that Mount Pals and wait for Goku to recover. Now once when Goku wakes up from his heart virus, there are a couple things that we would miss inside this series. First thing that we'll miss is we would know about the hyperbolic time chamber because Goku would not tell no one about the time chamber. The only person that knows about the hyperbolic time chamber is Goku, Piccolo, and Mr. Popo. But now that the android's dead, he wanted to get the idea that, hey, let's go train inside the hyperbolic time chamber. And if there's no training inside the hyperbolic time chamber, that means Vegeta wouldn't have an increase in his Zenkai. Therefore, no Super Vegeta. So we wouldn't see the epic moment where Vegeta transformed to a Super Vegeta and he fought Cell. We wouldn't see no Super Trunks either. Trunks wouldn't get any Zenkai boost. His main purpose of coming to this timeline was to get some training from Goku so he could be strong enough to stop the androids. But since there's no hyperbolic time chamber happening, Trunks wouldn't achieve any new forms, and Gohan wouldn't transform into a Super Saiyan 1. And the worst of all, the biggest con is, we wouldn't see no Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
You don't scare me, Cell!
Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was one of the best moments inside Dragon Ball Z, and not seeing that would have actually been a huge con for us because the fight with himself was just epic, and we wouldn't even see a father and son Kamehameha Blast to finish Cell up, which was one of the best moves inside Dragon Ball Z. But one huge thing that would change inside this timeline is that Goku would have remained alive. He would not have to go sacrifice himself because, hey, Cell is dead. So therefore, Goku would have been alive and he would have been with the Z Warriors inside that 7-year gap. One thing I felt is a loss is that Vegeta wouldn't get the respect that he got from Trunks. When Trunks found out that Vegeta went and rushed at Cell with anger and started attacking him, Trunks had a lot of respect for his father. He's like, whoa, my father did that? Really? And from there, he was really proud. He felt that his father for the first time ever showed love and that he actually cares for him. Now, once when Goku recovers from his heart virus, he would have gone to planet Namek, picked up Dende to make him the next guardian of the Earth, and then brought him back to Earth, and he would have used the Dragonballz to wish back all the innocent people who were killed by the androids. And then everything would have gone back to normal, and that is how the Cell saga and the Android saga would have ended right there. Now once the Trunks get back, he would have showed his mother Bulma the blueprint, and she would have gone and made a remote control device. But there's still a problem. Cell is still inside that timeline, and having Cell there means that he's gonna try to steal Trunks' time machine so he could go into the past and absorb the android. But knowing Trunks, he would have gone and blown that machine up and then fight Cell. But now that Trunks did not get any Zenkai boost or any training from the Hyperblock time chamber, he wouldn't stand a chance against Cell, and Cell would have killed Trunks. That is one huge con inside this discussion, is that Trunks, future Trunks, would have died. And when future Trunks dead, pretty much the future timeline is done. The main hero Trunks is dead. No one left to stop Cell. It's over for the future timeline. So that's one huge con right there. Now let's talk about the Buu saga. Having Goku there for the 7-year gap would make a huge impact for both Gohan and Goten's life. One thing about Goku is that inside the 7-year gap, I believe that Goku would achieve Super Saiyan 2. Because he has 7 years to train. In that 7 years, he would have gone and achieved that transformation. Now when it comes to Gohan, he would most likely only achieve Super Saiyan 1. Goku would help him to achieve Super Saiyan 1. And for Goten, he would have been a lot stronger since he has Goku with him. When it comes to Chi-Chi, I believe that Chi-Chi will still be really strict, but not as strict as she was inside Dragon Ball Z. Now let's talk about Gohan. Gohan will still go to Orange Star High School because knowing Chi-Chi, she wants her kids to go to the best education school that is out there. And inside there, Gohan would have met Videl. But the only difference here is that the city wouldn't be called Satan City because no one would believe that Mr. Satan saved them from Cell. And Mr. Satan wouldn't be so famous either. Now a lot of people would look up to Mr. Satan because, hey, he didn't stop Cell. Now when Gohan meets Videl, knowing Gohan, he's still gonna go and get the Great Saiyan Man costume because he likes to be a hero and save people's lives, but he doesn't want to show his identity. And eventually when Videl finds out that Gohan is the Great Saiyan Man, she would have forced him to enter the World Martial Arts Tournament. And when it comes to Goku, one thing we know about Goku is that what he really loves to do is eat and train. And knowing Goku, he would have entered the World Martial Arts Tournament too, just like inside the original. And Vegeta would have gone along too so he could fight Goku and see how he measures up to Goku. Now once when they get to the World Martial Arts Tournament, the same thing would have happened. Supreme Kai would have been there. He would have greeted Goku, said hi to Goku and everything. And just like in the original, Gohan would have gone, got his energy drain, and then that's when Supreme Kai would have introduced himself saying that, hey, I need your guys' help to stop this villain named Majin Buu. Now once Gohan gets his energy drained, all of them would have gone and followed him to Babdi's spaceship. Now once when they get to the spaceship, just like inside the original, Goku would have fought Yakon, Vegeta would have fought Pupi, and then Gohan would have to go and fight King Dubora. But now I believe that when Gohan fights King Dubora, he would do a little more better inside this fight than he did inside the original because he has Goku there to guide him in the 7-year gap. And knowing that Goku's there, Gohan will still have that fighting instinct inside him to go and train. Gohan would do a little better in the fight, but he still wouldn't have the power to beat King Dubora. But then when worst comes to worst, Goku would have came and helped Gohan, and they both would have finished up King Dubora, or Vegeta would have gone and finished King Dubora himself. Now, question right here, would Majin Vegeta appear? The answer to this is no. Vegeta was very furious and angry at the fact that Goku only has 1 day left and he wants to prove himself to Goku that he's strong, but he couldn't because they're too busy here fighting. And because of that, his anger raged from there, and that's when King Dubora saw the anger inside Vegeta's eyes, and he had an idea to let Babidi control him. But since Goku's there forever and and there's no time limit for him to prove himself to Goku, Vegeta would not let himself be controlled by Babidi, and we would not see no Majin Vegeta. Once when they beat King Deborah, they would have gone and ended Babidi, and that's where the whole Buu resurrection would have ended right there. Now, some stuff that we would miss inside the Buu saga is that we wouldn't see no fusion. So no Gotenks. Goku wouldn't even know about the fusion technique because he learned the fusion technique from Otherworld. So we would not see no fusion technique. We wouldn't see no Mystic Gohan. Supreme Kai wouldn't have the idea to go and take Gohan with him to his planet and unlock his true potential by breaking the Z-Sword. The only reason why he had that idea was because they needed someone to stop Majin Buu. But now that Buu's resurrection is over, Supreme Kai would not have the idea to do that with Gohan. And since Gohan didn't pull out the Z-Sword, old Kai would remain trapped inside that Z-Sword. And another thing we'll miss is we wouldn't see no Vegito. And that's one of my favorite characters in the Dragon Ball Z series. And not seeing Vegito would actually be a big loss for us Z fans. And one huge thing we'll miss is we would not see no Super Saiyan 3. Goku would not achieve Super Saiyan 3 in the 7-year gap. The only reason why he achieved Super Saiyan 3 in Otherworld was because he was dead and he had a dead body, and therefore he could push beyond his limit to achieve Super Saiyan 3. But I believe that not in 7-year gap, but by the time Battle of God comes, so that's like a 12-year gap, that is where Goku would eventually achieve Super Saiyan 3. Now let's talk about how this would affect Dragon Ball Super. Inside Dragon Ball Super, Goku wouldn't be rich because Mr. Satan got the money for killing Majin Buu. Goku would not have been rich, and he would have still gone to King Kai's planet to train. And now by the time Battle of God comes, Beerus would have woke up from his sleep and he would want to go and find that Super Saiyan God. So he would have gone to North Kai's planet and he would see Goku. They would have fought it out just like they had the original timeline. Goku would have been no match for Beerus. And then Beerus would have gone to Earth to find out Vegeta knows about the Super Saiyan God. And now knowing King Kai, he would have warned Vegeta about Beerus. And knowing that, Vegeta would have done everything he can to keep Beerus calm. And then once when Beerus comes, he would enjoy the Earth food. And when he found out there was no such thing as Super Saiyan God, he would just go right back to his planet and everything would have been back to normal. The only reason why Beerus lost his temper and he wanted to destroy the Earth was because Majin Buu didn't share any pudding cup. But if there was no Majin Buu there, Beerus wouldn't lose his temper. Vegeta would have been there to make sure that he's always happy and calm. And he would have left the planet without having any fuss about the Super Saiyan God. That means we would not see no Super Saiyan God. Another thing that we would miss is Vegeta wouldn't get the respect he got from Bulma when he stepped up for her. When Beerus slapped her, he got mad and just powered up and decked Beerus for hitting his Bulma, saying,
How dare you! That's my power! You bastard!
Now by the time Frieza is resurrected, he would have gone, did his training, and come back to Earth, and he would have fought Goku, and Goku would have been no match for Frieza since Goku did not transfer to Super Saiyan God. He would not achieve no Super God Ki, and therefore we would not see no Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. And therefore, Frieza would have killed Goku, destroyed planet Earth, and that's how Dragon Ball Z would have ended if Piccolo killed Dr. Gero. That is all today, people. Let me know your thoughts on this, and what do you think would have happened if Piccolo decided to kill Dr. Gero? How do you think this would affect Dragon Ball Z, and what would have changed inside the series? I felt that it was the right choice for Piccolo not to kill Dr. Gero, because as you can see, all these cons just came up with no Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, future Trunks would have died, a lot of stuff would have been really messed up if Piccolo killed Dr. Gero. Listen, what do you guys think about the discussion? If you agree with my discussion or not? If there's anything you guys like about the discussion we're going to talk about, please drop me a like. That would be amazing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'll really appreciate it. I'm Goku T23. Have an insane day, people.
Volt weapon deployed.